Hello, welcome back, everybody, to another edition of the We-On-Loc Nation channel. I am your host, and I am not obsessed. And I am not obsessed at what I do because what I do is I try to expose the BS that is on Lennon Honor's page. Now, what he's doing, what he does every day, what he does every week, every month, every year, is try to expose. Now, I've come out with many other videos saying this very same subject, going through this very same subject. It is quite astounding. Again, it is quite astounding to me. It's amazing how many people do hate this guy. And I'm just going to say this. Sometimes in a man's life, we all do what we have to do to succeed, whether it be good or bad. This judgmental motherfucker has done nothing but been judgmental from the very beginning. I don't know what it was. I don't know what it is. But quite frankly, it's getting old and it's getting stale. Like it's getting old and it's getting stale right now. But yet you want to put some type of spin on some old stuff. You should look up my video. This is getting old. I think I said it in that. I think I said it in that lingo term, because what this dude is doing is he's just pulling up old clips. That's the only thing that he is doing. He's just pulling up old clips and trying to package them up and just making them brand new. And then, of course, he's paid these agents to look after him. Now, this is alleged. I'm not saying that he did it, but I probably would have bet diamonds to I would probably bet dimes to dollars that he is responsible for what's going on right now with this woman, this woman thing that what Umar's going through as of right now. So that used to be somebody that used to be the nanny or some shit, but needless to say, she's a hoe. And needless to say, that Lennon Honor is a scumbag. And the reason why I say that she's a hoe, or I should change that, she's a bastard. And the reason why I say that is because it doesn't matter who you are, you do not on any circumstances cross that line by telling somebody's business about their mother. I don't care who you are in life. Some of that stuff is private. But I bet you Lennon Honor had taken this little cookie crush coon chat money and given 50% to this woman or whoever she was. And I don't believe that was his ex anyway. So, but it makes no difference. Hey, Cynical One. Hey, how are you? What up, Young? I don't think that was the ex. I mean, apparently Umar wants two wives. And apparently it's the obsession with this. If he knows so much, just answer me this thing. If he knows so much about Umar, then he would know by now that he wants to marry two women, but he claims him to be here comes the lie. He claims Umar to be a sex offender or a predator, right? Claims him to be the predator, claims that he does drugs, claims that he has this attitude about himself. But merely I can pull up clip by clip by clip by clip of Lennon Honor going berserk. Okay? I said this before and I'll say it again. He wouldn't be doing this if He wouldn't be doing this to anybody else. He wouldn't be doing this to Corey Holcomb. He wouldn't be doing this to Tariq Nasheed. Hell, he wouldn't be pulling this. He wouldn't be pulling this off with anybody from New York, or let's just say one of these FBA brothers. He wouldn't be doing that. He'll be soft shoeing, and then of course he wants to pick fights. He wants to pick fist fights. There's not one time other than that one time he has called out Lennon for anything just because he put out your address, right? 10 years ago. Should have never came after the motherfucker. You should have never came after it. He didn't dox your address. Other people doxed the address and sent it to him. He didn't do that. Why the hell would he want to dox your address? He may have asked for it. People go ahead and scroll by. Your address is public. Start none, won't be none. It's as simple as that. But this was like 10 plus years ago, I believe. And he hadn't even mentioned your name since then. He has not been mentioning your name. And you had not even been doing any type of videos since then. But something happened with the AFWs, and you and your Cookie Crush Coon chat just said, fuck it, we're going to do more Umar videos. He will not do any other type of videos about anybody else. This is his meal ticket. I said this before and I'll say it again. Now, I would say that he takes most of these clips and he would focus on his attention would solely be focusing on his attitude, focusing on how he treats people and everything. First and foremost, who the fuck are you? Who the fuck do you to tell somebody how they should act in certain situations? I had never seen Umar swing at anybody. I've seen him get upset, but it's human nature to get upset. It's human nature to happen to if somebody crosses their threshold towards me, then it's my job, it's my duty to access the situation. Whether I have to use my tone of voice, I have to raise it up an octave, I had to give a warning, or I had to beat your ass. It all depends upon the situation. And I'm going to put on the clip where this dude is so trifling. Now, I already told you this whole thing about him and this woman is fake. It's just fake as fuck. But I mean, and of course, she's leaving out all types of details. Even the dude that's reviewing it, him and the lady right now, it's just like lopsided. She doesn't even get into much of details of their relationship. It's all over the place. It's all over. It's like in sections. 1 minute she'll talk about how cool he is, and then he has an attitude, and then he goes to the house, and then she's looking around. She's an agent. She's an agent, dude. Like I said, I would bet you dimes to dollars that Lennon Honor paid this particular woman. I ain't giving out no names. All you have to do is just look it up. Look up in his channel. He comes out with shit every single day. So, I mean, we're going to get into how obsessive. I mean, just literally, I don't spend this much time on someone. I literally don't spend this much time. Does anybody know that the man has 5 kids? How is he having this much time and he has 5 children? and a wife, allegedly, and a wife. I don't think he cares at this moment because he's been humiliated so many times. He's been humiliated by other members of the sector, of the Umar sector. He's been embarrassed by the Umar sector and going to blame it on Umar as if Umar named it the Umar sector. Umar had nothing to do with this. Nothing at all. Nothing. Merely nothing. I would have been better if he would attack somebody in the Umar sector, which he has. He has done in the past. But since it's the actual name and the name brand, Umar, he has to do this. And oh, by the way, before we even go to these clips, Lennon, you're a bum. You're challenging Umar every single day, every single week. And then you get the slick mouth about you. It's bad enough that you backed out of your word of talking about his father. You went way overboard with his mother. Way overboard. And I would not be surprised, see, if it was anybody else, just like the situation in Vegas, hopefully it doesn't have to go to that. I'm not saying that Umar would do it because Umar wouldn't do that. Umar wouldn't pull the blankie out on anybody. He's bigger than that. But luckily for you, if you did that to anybody else, you probably will come across the person who will actually pull up on you and who will actually see you. So I think we need to be careful about these things, but he won't listen. He won't listen. If he says that Umar has a big ego, what do you think Lennon is? Lennon has a more bigger ego. Umar just knows how to suppress it. So he was on there last night, and the night before, and the night before that, and the night before. This is all he does, and I am so shocked. I am literally dumbfounded of the dummies that are in his chat. I am dumbfounded. Chat, this is your man's. This is your man's. And he's gonna go for 6 months doing the same old dumb shit. Granted, he might catch him every once in a great while doing something he is not supposed to be doing. But the fact of the matter is, when you do several hundred videos on one guy and don't do anything else, why is it not suspect to him? There are at least a few people who come on my chat and said that he is very obsessive. It's like, you may not like the guy, but this is a bit much. A bit much. So without further ado, let's just get into what we're here to do. I want to just go here first? Yes, I do.
A couple hours ago, but something came across my desk here dealing with Umar Johnson, and I wanted to put this out here now, and we'll come back to it at another time. In the past, I've talked about Umar Johnson and his proclivity to objectify Black women and how he preys upon Black women. And I want to play something for you all that I just got wind.
You're accused. First of all, this is more slander. You're accusing Umar of doing what? Talking to a woman, and he's supposed to be. He's supposed to be, in Lennon's mind, he's supposed to be this nice guy, and keep your hands to yourself, and go on about your business, Umar. Just go on about your business, Umar. Every person in every single city, every single person in every single city and state has done one or two things. Number one, has embraced this man. Number two, has helped this man in one shape, form, or the other, and has helped him out during his time when he was working on the school. I don't know why that shut off. Hold on. Okay, cool. But one way or another, he has supporters all over the United States and all over in few places overseas. And he's done interviews back to back, and this is where the jealousy comes in. Because he says so eloquently about things about how how women in the community should be protected more by Black men. I think that's a problem for Lennon. I think that's a problem for Lennon when he states about the state of emergency that Black women go through. He's misogynistic. How is addressing the anarchy that most, not all, but most women go through? If he were any one of these Proud Boys, or if he was any one of these Red Pills or Manosphere Negroes, or even a Kevin Samuels, you would have a major problem with him. And you would do anything in your power, just like you're doing right now, which none of it has worked. And quite frankly, it never will, unless you debate him, of course. You have done everything. You tried everything in your power to try to take this man down. You've been doing it for damn near 14, 15, 16 years. Nothing has worked. And now you're paying agents to come over by his mother's house. What are you trying to prove? That he keeps a messy room or some shit? I keep a messy room. I don't feel like cleaning the shit. But my living room's intact. I did the carpet, put some carpet cleaner down, and smelling like roses. I do that every month. Every once a month. I do that every once a month. Just go ahead and get a deep cleaning. But other than that, every other week or every week, I vacuum the floor. I do things around my house. With my room, I don't have to worry about my freaking room. You might will call that hoarded. If you saw my room, it was hoarded. I could care less about my room. But the main the living room, the kitchen, the dining room, finito. Everything is spotless. So he was probably in the room filming, taping, or whatever, and Leonard is like, ooh, see, he's a hoarder. I mean, you're accusing him of so many other things. It's ridiculous.
And it's very brief, but I just want to outline something about Umar Johnson. And then I want to tie it to something else, because a lot of people will dismiss this because of hypermasculinity in the programming that many of us have received when it comes to how Black men are to view Black women, but then also how Black men are to treat Black women. And this shit is unacceptable. This is an individual that people have sent millions of dollars to, and they expect that he's going to raise young Black boys into men. Okay, so I'm going to play this video, and then I'm going to bring this back around to something else that many of y'all don't know about. I won't play that video here. I'll probably never play the video, but it's something that you guys need to be aware of if you're not already aware of it. So let me play this video. It's very, very brief. This was Umar Johnson. He went live And, you know, I'm not even sure if he knew that he was live, because he's done that in the past where he accidentally live streamed and he was doing things that he probably didn't want people to see him doing, or saying things that he probably didn't want people to hear him saying. Watch this.
Damn, she had a fat ass. Shut up. But you know what's funny? When I'm in the line, I can't look at their ass because all the guys is looking to see if I'm going to look at their ass. So I can't even get a look at it.
No, you can look at their ass. Why you think you get her ass?
Not appropriate.
So because most Negroes are direct, you have a problem with him being direct. That's just weird. I mean, everything that he does, everything that this Negro does is weird. I mean, how would you feel if Lennon Arnold was watching your ass for like 16 years? It's like, Umar, boy, pull your pants up. Look at your butt. Like, fucking weirdo. But anyway.
All dudes watch when the girls come in the line, they look at you. And I wanted to see her ass so I could look.
Oh my God. How you gonna look at niggas like that after playing a clip like that? Oh boy, the adjustment he made in his seat. That is phenomenal right there. I just gotta say. A couple things about that clip, man. First of all, doesn't it kind of humanize Umar Johnson for you a little bit? Does it? Because all these guys, they try to be all these Pan-African and Afrocentric speakers and lecturers, and these guys who know all this respectful black super. Nobody likes to look at a little butt. And the girl is not who he's talking to, is not threatened at all. She's not, oh my God, you shouldn't be saying that. She's playing along with him. They're having a fun time. I don't really see the major issue.
People can tell him that 3 ways a Sunday. He does not care. I'm talking about Lennon. People can tell him, like, look, they're having fun. They're at lunch or at dinner or whatever. Sometimes you will sit at dinner with males and female alike and go, and you'll say the most shocking thing, and he'll just go, you see how Umar is? He is a predator. He is a predator to women. You just throwing shit at the wall trying to make some stick. That's all.
With like an ass. In fact, it really humanizes Umar for me. I don't think he's objectifying.
See, it's all fun and games too, because some of y'all, and see, there's a woman in the background egging him on and shit too. Some sad shit.
If it's okay with the woman, if it's okay with this person or that person, then it's okay. It should be okay with you. But again, you are so weird and so crazy and deranged, and you need a haircut. You just need to shave all this shit off in the back, bro. You just need to shave your shit in the back. I mean, you just leaving the shit. You just go. When you brush it, never mind. Oh yes, I'm clowning because you clown too much, and somebody has to put you in your place. Somebody has to put you on the place. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'm going to do it. No matter what I gotta do, I'm gonna clown you, but I'm gonna clown you in a way you will not expect. Believe me. And by the way, watch your mouth. What you say about Tiffany?
It's all fun and games It really is. And I know that some of y'all are gonna be like, well, no, we should be looking, blah, blah, blah. Okay, it sounds cool. Okay. It's hyper masculinity, but I've already talked about Umar Johnson, where he be taking his phone and he'll be live streaming, he'll be putting it on women's asses. I've already talked.
Okay, bro, that's no good. I mean, I'm not super caught up in the Umar Johnson world, so I've never seen visual evidence of him doing this. He may do it or not, I don't know. But if he is doing that, then that is definitely not cool. He shouldn't be filming.
This. So what he is trying. So what are you saying is, he takes the phone. He takes the phone, and he puts it on the woman's ass. Is that what you're telling me? Is this what you're telling me? He puts one, and I heard him mention. See, this is what I would do if I was Umar. Umar, if you're listening, dude, sue this guy for slander, because he's trying to say that you be touching boys too. I've heard this too. I mean, I wouldn't. Dude, stupid.
Right, that's not cool.
Oh, that's a fucking pervert. And let me say something else. I've already talked about this in the past, that there is a video, and I have the video, I've already downloaded it, where Umar Johnson is giving a tour, a college tour, to these teenage children. And he's walking, and there is a little girl who is walking in front of him. He takes his camera and he focuses on her backside. He's live streaming like a pervert, walking and following her for an extended period of time. Got the camera right on her backside.
Okay, I'm going to show you something. Okay. I'm not 6 feet. I'm 5'10". Umar is 6'3". Umar is 6'3". This is his phone. Umar is 6'3". Everybody else is short. He'll have the phone down by here and walking with it. Walking with it. Walking with it. So you mean to tell me that he plants the phone on a backside? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Do you have the receipts for that? You have the receipts. Do these women, if any woman who has been molested by Umar Ifatunde, please come on We-On-Loc channel, holla at your boy. You don't even have to come on camera. Holla at your boy. Holla at your boy. If there's any female who's been harassed, first we need evidence. We need evidence. Secondly, you come up and tell your story, and we want police reports. Where the police reports at? Where they at? You will not find them. You will not find them. Granted, if he's a perv, so am I. So is the next man, and the next man, and the next man, and the next man. We like females. I don't know what Lynn is like. I don't know what Lennon likes. I guess he likes he loves white people too. I mean, he's down with white people. I mean, he loves because they're gentle and they're kind, and they're not like Umar. They're not like Umar. So he's 6'3", and everybody else is either at 5 feet or like at least I would say 5'2", 5'3", right? The biggest one will be 5'6", but he is 6'3", and he has the phone right by his side, yo. So if he was filming the woman's ass, he would be all up in that ass, if you know what I'm saying, right? But let's continue. I mean, nobody else has came forward since that time. No one has filed any police harassment or anything crazy like that, right?
You see, that's a hell of a claim to make without having the visual evidence to back that claim. I'm not saying that we need to see perverted sexual images of children. That's not what I'm saying. Don't get me wrong here. What I'm saying is that you should, how little is a little girl? You're just saying little girl, but how old is that? You know what I mean? Like, this is why I don't talk politics, race, or religion online anymore, because everybody who's on the opposite side of you, on the opposite side of the aisle, is a pedophile. And everybody on the opposite side of the aisle of you sacrifices children to deities. And everybody on the opposite side of you does fucking
too much.
It's crazy. You get, then that's what you get.
I understand all that, but it's another thing when you objectify black women, when you reduce them down to their cookies or their quote unquote fat ass.
Okay, so he's probably talking about sexual objectification, right? Which is the act of treating a person solely as an object of sexual desire, right? Objectification.
Women treat men subjectively. Once that it's all the same. It's all the same game. Women do the exact same thing to men, and they even do it to women too. So let's not play this game.
More broadly means treating a person as a commodity or an object without regard to their personality or dignity. So I don't really think, because he doesn't know the person, he's just looking like guys look at women and they go, oh man. And if you see some girl in some tight pants and she's walking around and got her ass all out, you say, oh man, that's a fucking nice ass. And that's just the man thing.
Duh. Like you going to the mall, you going to a club, and she see and if you want to be objective, women do it to themselves. They know what they're gonna put on before they even hit the club. They even know what they're gonna do. They even know what they're gonna drink before they even hit the club. Trust me, I know. I was an Uber driver for 3 years, and my if it wasn't for that front seat, where would I'm not saying that the woman with the fishnets was in the front seat. I'm sorry, she was in the back seat. She was like on the driver's side, along with a couple of other her friends, and they wanted to go places. Like, oh God, yo, oh God. See, but that's a problem for Lennon. That's a problem for Lennon. I can understand it. I can understand that you've been allegedly, supposedly married for quite some time, that your wife takes care of you and you don't like it. I understand it. I definitely understand it.
To do, you know, and you let people know around you, people, that it's big of a deal as this dude is making it.
But see, if you take this a step further and see, you can't dismiss this issue that Umar Johnson not only views these black women in this way, but he views these little black girls the same way. And I got the receipt for that. I'm not going to show it because little girl, she's underage in the video. This is just more proof when Umar, we're talking about.
How do you know she's underage?
Umar Johnson and his perverted ass. I'm going to play it one more time and we're going to be.
I mean, this video is so many years old, but to prove the point of how crazy this sumbitch is, it's just outstanding. And he goes for it. I mean, you should see the chat, how it is. The chat is really not paying too much attention. They're just there because of the laughter. They're there because of the entertainment, the enjoyment part. There are very few that go, oh, this guy's sick. No. They're there for the entertainment. They're not there for anything else but that. Then pretty soon, they're going to be laughing at you. They're not going to be laughing with you. They're going to be laughing at you. Because all he has to do is open up the school and make you look stupid. But again, we'll see.
Done.
So we're done with this. I just wanted to prove a point. I just wanted to prove the point of intention. So let's go to something a little recent, shall we? Let's go to something a little recent. Surviving Umar Johnson. Really? Somebody's just surviving Lenore Honor.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to trip. He was an elder. I thought he was a young boy.
All right. If you guys do not know, he comes on. Matter of fact, I'm going to send her one more email for everyone. Whether it is the Tariq Nasheed rant, whether or not Umar, is he actually emotionally stable enough to be the primary caretaker for his mother? These are some critical questions I think that people should start to ask. It's not just the...
After you said some foul shit about his mother, about his father, you, my friend, are incapable of saying anything about anybody's family. Nothing.
School scam. People should start asking questions about Umar's mental health.
You've been talking about this mental health for how long? How long? How long have you been at this mental? Maybe we should look at your mental health because you're... Maybe we should be looking at your mental health.
His behavior is always been extremely emotional, extremely emotionally volatile. He's up and down, up and down, up and down. So what I like to do is to go back through that video, and I just want to point some things. Talked about this. Umar has a mouth on him, right? He ain't gonna bust a grape though, but he will run his mouth.
Well,
Bruh, if y'all met in the street, I guarantee Umar will whoop your ass. I guarantee he will whoop your ass.
that's your opinion, so be it.
See how quickly he comes back with that?
Well, if that's your opinion, so be it.
Now watch what happens here in terms of Umar's behavior. It's indicative of his mental health. Watch this.
Sure, whatever.
See how quick, how fast he is with this?
I don't even know who's running his mouth.
He just goes straight into it. He don't give no details about what they were talking about. He just says, "Oh, see, something's wrong with Umar because he has mental health issues." No, you go into the context of what was going on. Why did Umar snap like? I mean, he really wasn't snapping. Until the brother, whoever it was, and I found out why, which is something that was interfering in his realm or whatever. But I'll get to that clip in a minute too. It was something that this dude's stupid. This dude's terrible. He is plenty terrible. But he goes off at the mouth about how disrespectful and enraged he'll say all these things, but he won't prove any context of what was going on that day.
He says, I don't even know who's running my mouth. At this point, he's still trying to figure things out. He knows how to go back at people with his mouth, but he doesn't exactly understand what's happening. He's trying to...
What? You're not... First of all, Lennon, you work a 9 to 5 just like me. But I have a full-time job. You have a part-time job. Let's see. You live off the income of your wife. You aren't a psychologist. You did not use your degree for your computer school or whatever you went to. It's like, and the only thing you can say out of your mouth is, he's not smart. I'm smart. I'm more smarter than you, Umar. I'm more smarter than you, Umar. That's all he can say is he's smart. And I said in the chat, debate him. Debate him on real subjects, real particular subjects pertaining politics, political community issue, black community issues, gender wars. I mean, we could name a whole list, but I know Lennon and I know his goons too. They'll just maneuver over and they'll just railroad it and gaslight and all this other shit.
Kind of filter through it to see how he's going to proceed.
It don't matter.
See, there's a part of him that kind of feels defeated, and it's almost as if he has to figure out a way to get back on top of this.
I'm gonna stay focused.
You see him snarl there. That's another one of Umar's autonomic responses when he's agitated. Okay, he's trying.
This dude really thinks he's a psychologist. This dude really thinks he is responsible for Umar. You're not responsible for anything, dude. What are you talking about? You're a freaking weirdo. And you don't think that Umar has not seen any of my clips of you. Boy. He won't bust the grapefruit. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. And I guarantee you, if he sees you, and you know he travels, you don't. He frequent farm hours. He travels on you. Hey, Tanya, how you doing, love? How you been? How you been? How was your 4th? I don't celebrate that crap, but how was your 4th, hon? Lovely little Tanya. But you wouldn't, but he would bust a group in a freight fight. You were bust a group in a freight fight. He weren't bust a group in a freight fight. To step up to the plate, and I guarantee you, he would literally whoop your ass. Guarantee.
Trying to figure this out. Okay, but his emotions, they betray him. Watch.
I'm gonna stay focused.
Okay, he says he's gonna stay focused, but he doesn't. Watch his nose. He doesn't snarl. See that? Okay, you can look out for this with Umar. This
another slander. Constantly keep saying that Umar does drugs. Never weighing from it. Can't even. Where's the proof? Where's the evidence? Umar again. Yo, E5. If you are listening, and I know you're listening, please put a restraining order on this child. Please put a restraining order on this child.
is something, a telltale sign that he's getting agitated. It's autonomic.
I'm gonna stay focused.
He's still trying to figure out what he's going to do. How do I mitigate this? But in a way to where he's.
And again, my condolences to you and your loved ones. One of my aunties is in the building, and she lost her stepmom, and I just want to say you know you're welcome anytime. You're welcome anytime. See, but I want to give a perfect example of this. Let's just say Umar meets Tanya's, given certain information. He consoles her. This dumb son of a bitch would have been like, you see, he's harassing her. He's harassing her. He's a hoarder. He's a predator. That's what he does. And I'm so amazed. I am so amazed and distraught that the people in his chat, probably some of them white, have not picked up on the simple fact that This dude is just all about his money. If I go to his page on the, if you scroll down, you will see the first comment, and he pinned it. As a matter of fact, I can do this. I can do just this. And oh, by the way, it's right here. It is right here. Penned by Lennon Honor Films. So he's a filmmaker all of a sudden. And what type of films does he make? Everything about Umar. Sounds obsessive? It just says, if you're enjoying our guest, please support this woman that would be named nameless. Supported the Cash App, Cookie Crush Coons, whatever. Basically, his Cookie Crush Coon chat, whatever. I will send a $20 Cash App for the first person who posts comprehensive timestamps for this video. Please be sure to include your Cash App. Thanks. Oh, so he's giving cash. My bad. So he gets cash. So he will give you cash if you provide certain receipts. That is proven to be very obsessed. Because he gets money anyway. He gets money from all of his Cookie Crush clones. That is really, really crazy. He has all these people food, and certain things happen for a reason. Certain things Umar does to himself attracts attention, and it gets put in the hands of Lennon Honor, because Lennon Honor, that's his bread and butter. I need to do some content. What can we do content on? Oh, let me look on Instagram. Oh, he got blocked. Guess what? He just made a new account. Umar, he made a new account. You do know that, right? That's all he does is make new accounts. You can just block one account and go to another account, and then another account, and then another account. This dude's crazy. He's freaking crazy.
In control. He's in power. He's the one that shuts this down.
What has always bothered me in my work.
See, that this is not the appropriate way to handle this. See, what Umar should do is calm and collected. He should talk with the brother who made that statement and say, well, why do you think that? Or he could simply say something like, okay, well, maybe after this, if you have a comment or a perspective that you want to share with me, we can talk about it afterwards. But I'd like to continue with my talk or my lecture, and do it calmly, but not Umar. See, he has to take it to the next level. He's setting it up already. Watch this.
What has always bothered me in my work is when people don't care for Dr. Umar. Why do you bother to bring your ass out to my lecture if you got a problem with me?
See, he has to get to the cursing. A lack of emotional control. See, it's also kind of passive aggressive too, because it's not like he's directing it at the person. It is directed at the person, but it's not like he's pointing at the person in the audience.
For Dr. Umar, why do you bother to bring your ass out to my lecture if you got a problem with me? Take your dusty ass home.
See that? This is supposed to be about, helping boys and the school system and all this stuff, but Umar cannot control himself. Okay, not only does he take it here, which is totally unnecessary.
Oh, it was necessary. Oh, it was necessary. See, and he's going to try to compare this to what happened years ago with Sarah Suitseti. I'm not gonna even go there with Sarah Suit Seti shit. I'm not gonna go there with that, but he mainly he's a disappointing person. He's not well himself. If you fight against him, he will try to block you and try to threaten you. It's just human nature with this guy. It's human nature with Lennon Honor. It's human nature. Because if you ask him a question, it's like he'll answer it, but he gets all violent with it. It's like, what? Why are you so mad? Why are you tripping like this? You big mad? Are you big mad? Are you big mad for the simple fact that it's been so long and you have not came up not one time victorious, whether it would be this or that, but the real icing on the cake would be if he were to open up this school. But then again, how many people in your Cookie Crush Coon chat would drop? How many people? How many people would be would prove? How many people would you be proven wrong if he would have opened up the school, showed the staff, showed the lunch? You don't necessarily need lunch age because you can bring your own lunch. The buses or whatever, the inside of the school, how nice it looks versus the outside of the school, where he can do later on. It's not a big deal. So it's like, but you will find a way to nitpick. You would definitely find a way to nitpick. Just like you nitpicked about his father. Taking old photos of his father. This again, how would you feel? How would you feel if this bum took it so personal for no reason at all? And by the way, hadn't even seen this guy, right? But you taking it so personal that you would literally copy and paste someone's photo of their father, call him a bitch, and just like you call whoever, you call Umar punk all day long, but you go after the mother, you go after the father, you go after the stepmom. I'm like, really, nigga? I don't even want to say what I would do. I do not want to say.
But he calls him a dusty N-word. I don't know if you guys catch it. I beeped it out one more time.
Don't matter.
I'm gonna stay focused.
Yeah, it don't matter.
Okay, is he staying focused? He's not focused. Yeah. Yeah, he's upset. Yeah, children are present. Okay.
Yeah, most of these dudes is white. Most of these dudes are obsessed.
This just goes to show you, Umar doesn't have the temperament, and he doesn't know how to handle situations like this. He actually escalates situations like this. He did the same thing with I wish I had pulled that video up. He did the same thing with the woman that threw the purse at him. You guys remember that? If I could remember what that video was, I'll pull that up as another example.
What has always bothered me in my work is when people don't care for Dr. Umar. Why do you bother to bring your ass out to my lecture if you got a problem with me? Take your dusty ass home.
See that? The audience doesn't help either, because they're on Umar's side on this, but he's being inappropriate in the first place. Them clapping kind of validates him. Okay, it makes him feel empowered as if he's done the right thing, but he's actually done the wrong thing. See his face? He's upset. Just something as simple as this. He's very upset. He's trying to contain himself, but he doesn't have the emotional discipline.
I wouldn't go nowhere to listen to somebody I don't like.
See, he keeps it going. Okay, he keeps it going. This is not manly either.
It ain't my fault. I'm the most requested black scholar in the world.
See, now this is Umar's coping mechanism. When he feels insecure, and he feels very much insecure because a man has challenged him, right? When he feels
Yeah, a man has challenged him. A man has challenged him and said, "That's bullshit." That's really challenging. That is really challenging. And it all because his idea of bringing black men and black women together and recreating whole families and having the idea of the black man stop being so obsessive with these white women, being with the white woman, marrying these white women, sleeping with these white women. It shouldn't happen like that. But apparently he got offended by it. He got offended by it, and that's how it took place. When I figured out what it was, he didn't even bother to put it in freaking context. He just went on about his business. It's like he went on about the business of saying he can't control his emotions. Well, neither can you.
secure, he has a it's not even that it's written, but it's a memorized I don't know what to call it. Let's just call it, it's not even a diatribe.
He didn't know what he's talking about. A pre-diagnosis, a preconception. What was it called? So he doesn't even know.
But it's these memorized statements that validate him and present him as if he's all of these great things, but he's not necessarily dealing with the topic at hand. Again, if the brother calls Umar out, Umar should have said, okay, well, what's the actual issue? And then as a man, calm and collected, work through that issue. Umar escalates it, and then he feels so insecure, he has to make these statements, it's statements of self-aggrandizement to make himself.
No, he reacted to it. An action to a reaction. If you scream at me, I'm gonna raise my octave at the same level as you. If you challenge me, I'm going to challenge you at your level. That's how it should work. That's how it works in all situations. I'm just comparing your energy to mine.
Feel better. It's almost like a self-soothing, and he does this a lot. You guys will see this in Umar and his behavior. It's a pattern of behavior with Umar.
It ain't my fault. I'm the most requested black scholar in the world.
Okay, that's not a statement of fact. You can't quantify that. That's just Umar. It's self-proclaimed.
It ain't my fault. I look better than your ass.
All right. So you see this? So I think this is another thing about Umar. He really believes that he's God's gift, right? He sees himself as if he's very, very.
You know what? You would be so wasting your time because I put in the chat. It was like, debate him. Debate him. It's like, you can't because you won't. It's because you don't have the intelligence to debate him. You really do not. You don't have the intelligence. You don't have the accolades. You don't have none of those things. Lennon, we know you. And even though I'm not in the Umar sector anymore, haven't been for quite some time, we still know you. Mr. Thief in the Night. Hey, when was the last? I have a question for you. When was the last time you visited LA?
Attractive on some levels, at least. He has issues with his skin color, though, even though he's not necessarily very dark. he has these issues with skin color. He's a colorist. And Lene had said that his mother calls him Blackie. And that's probably something that he was called when he was younger because
me and Umar, we the same skin complexion. How's that? I'm fair skinned. How is he dark?
Because he's darker than his siblings. He has a lot of siblings too. But he's not necessarily dark skinned. But the point is that Umar, this is his title is, if you can email it to me, I would appreciate it. LennonHonor@yahoo.com. I know I do have it, but I just don't remember.
See what I mean? He gets these type of receipts from other people. He can't establish these receipts on his own. He'll go in and find some receipt, and somebody will email him the receipts, even though he could look for them on his own.
I think it was in Atlanta, right? Let me see if I could find it while I play this here.
Oh yeah. Let me.
Atlanta.
This is fun.
Is he always trying to talk about other people's money? He ain't got no job.
You remember this one?
They say the Negro entrepreneur.
See how she threw her bag at him?
She threw the bag. Now, everybody, I admit, everybody had fun with this one. Everybody had fun with this one. I didn't, because I thought for at one instance that bag had something in it. Now, if it was Kevin Samuels, y'all would have been distraught. What is Kevin Samuels doing with this beefy looking ham sandwich of a woman here? But, like, I thought Coochie was Coochie. My bad. But like I said, if it was the and I'm not pressing, I'm not disrespecting the brother. May he rest in power. But if it was Kevin Samuels, or if it was any of these precious people out here, I can't even name them. I think it's Derek Jackson or something. I don't even know why people. What is so special about Derek Jackson? I haven't heard from Daryl Jackson in months after he cheated on his wife. But when if Umar was on stage and she threw the bag, right? And let's just say, hypothetically, the stage blew up or he got injured somehow, someway. No one would have a care in the world for him. No one would even have a care in the world. But let Kevin Samuels go through that same shit. It's like, oh, look, they hate him. They hate him. He was our savior.
Now, this is another example of how Umar does not know how to manage situations like this. And instead of de-escalating it, what does he do? He escalates it. Watch.
How does he escalate? He's reacting to an action. Again, it's the same thing in the other clip. If you say something foul to me, that's an action. I'm going to say something foul back. That's a reaction. But you're supposed to control your emotions. That was not escalating. He just said, why does he ignore shit? Debate him, Lennon. Debate him, Lennon. You can't and you won't. But he said, I had never seen this woman a day in my life. Now, Tasha K with her ugly ass. She had big titties. But anyway, she mainly said, yeah, he fucked that girl. Really? The Tonka truck? What the fuck?
Put the pop up right here. See how it gets the crowd riled up? Just like he did in the other video. They start clapping for him. This is escalation.
You're wrong. You're wrong, T-Bone. You wrong for that.
See how he said we're going to stay focused? He said the same thing before. She did say that she was with him last night too, by the way. All right.
I don't know.
See how Umar's escalating it? He's talking about no weapon formed against us, and he's screaming it.
What is wrong with this weirdo, dude? Like, T-Bone, please tell me, what the hell is wrong with this weirdo ass nigga, man? Man, he's making my eyes burn. What is wrong with this nigga, man? I mean, everything that he does, if he, sniffles, he's on drugs. If he sits down, it's like, or pull your pants up. Like, stupid shit. He'll find any and everything. He'll find any angle. Like, you know how crackheads try to find that one thing that they can light up. And it's like, I gotta find something to light up. This piece of rock right here, or a piece of Ajax, or a piece of something. Like, they'll find salt. This nigga is just trying to find 1 ounce of grain or something, and he's just making it up as he go along.
Yeah, I don't like how this guy in the gray jacket.
Yes,
he's really short, but he has his. He has her. It's almost like a reverse chokehold. It's on the back of her neck. She's already on the ground and subdued. That's not how to handle this situation.
You know what I was thinking? You know what I was thinking? Each and every time his wife goes, "You don't get no poom. You ain't gonna get no poom poom." Now he go. That's his go-to move. Let me tell you something, woman. Let me tell you, you do not fuck with the right. You fuck with the right one. Yeah. You fuck with. Well, God, man. Well, I'm too tired, man. This is 10 o'clock in the morning. We got to get through this.
So now he's trying to compare himself to Martin Luther King. See, what Umar should have done in the situation is told everyone to just calm down and let's escort this young lady out.
Why do you think he has that bed in the background? Of course. He's sleeping on. Damn it. You didn't give me no nookie. Tanya, when Tanya speaks, we have to listen. When Tanya speaks, we have to listen. She would like to come up to the congregation, and she would like to say a couple of things. Now, I probably would believe it myself if he don't get no nookie. Hey, I mean, that's why he got that bed in the back on. He beating the meat.
Hey.
Whoa. Hey, how are you?
Yeah, I got this.
Aww.
Yeah,
That's
if you wanted my cash app, I put it down in for if you want to donate to me for something, because I wanted to just do something, special for my stepmom and all. So,
oh yeah, definitely put it in the back chat. Put it in the back chat,
okay, let me see where can I get the back chat in. Let's see comments. Um,
Mm, yeah,
mm,
it's they changed everything. Private chat.
oh, just a minute. Can you see me now?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, just a minute. Yeah, 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 yeah,
You're a
yeah.
little yeah,
Just a
you're a little
minute. I'll be
pause.
right. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Pick up post. Let's see. Oh yeah. Okay. I'll put in the private chat. I don't know where it is. Community comments chat. Studio two
Mm,
people with no. Um.
private chat. Private chat.
Let's see with settings. I don't know how to do private right now. Uh,
It's right near the bottom of where people. It should be in the bottom where it says people.
okay. Okay. Just a second. Chat with anyone in the studio. Let's see. Okay,
Yeah.
let me do it. Let me do it. I got it. Let me
Okay.
go. Let me just put in the red. Okay, okay. $sign Tanya 939. Okay, there
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah. If anybody wants to, um, definitely
Yeah,
donate to
if you see it,
Tanya
let me know.
939. Yep, I see it.
Yeah,
Tanya 9.
we went
I
on the
think I.
bus ride in her. We went on the bus ride in her honor at the Wind Creek casino. Celebrated was
Mhm.
supposed to be her 79th birthday, and hopefully we'll keep we'll keep it going. Hopefully we will keep it
Yeah,
going. But, huh?
you'll be fine. You will be fine. You'll be
Yeah. So I'm
fine.
going back to work Monday. So I'm going back to work Monday, and you know what? Uh, these guys are like the beginning of Jim Jones. You know what I'm saying? They want people
Yeah.
to drink the Kool Aid, and if you don't drink this Kool Aid, people will get you, and you're gonna die. That's what it is. These people are nuts. That's all. Yeah.
Yeah. So
And
go ahead and donate
and
to
uh
right
and
there.
keep on doing what you're doing. We are Rock Nation, man.
Oh, you
And
know I
thank you
will.
for the condolences. And I like to say, and before I go, in the famous words of Captain Murdoch of Lethal Weapon, I'm getting too old for this shit, and y'all is bowing to massa. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. And so anybody wants to donate to Tanya, she's been going through a rough patch for these past couple of weeks. So definitely, and I definitely will donate some at some point in time because Bills is kicking my ass right now. They're kicking my ass. But speaking of ass kicking, speaking of ass kicking,
Yeah, she may still have thrown a fit or whatever, but it should have been managed by him with the microphone as opposed to escalating it. You see what I'm saying? Let me see if I can figure out how to get this thing to stop popping up. No, there's no option to.
this dude is
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah, we'll just have to deal with it.
Let me see.
A ton of DMs, just like, he's he's crazy, something's wrong with him. How did you stay in that space? How do you deal with someone like that? And I just say I've dealt with it. I'm kind of numb to it.
Mm.
After a certain point, I got my head right about what it was, why I was in the space, and I didn't pay him a whole lot of attention. But
Mm-hmm.
it's woken me up to a lot of things that happen against women. Um, and I've worked in that space before, but it was always physical, like the physical abuse.
Mm-hmm.
Never really paid attention to like the psychological abuse. Then there's a whole nother capstone of men that can create narratives for women. you know, and them having power to create these narratives. Like there's a lot of people that think I'm like a sex worker because of, you know, the type of stuff that he put out, you know,
Mm.
and my personality is not even that. I don't even have that type of reputation in, you know, my city or anything. But I was like, huh, are they gonna think, you know, I'm promiscuous? No, it's not. Hasn't nothing like that's been said or anything. So it's going pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well,
Yeah, but it's
I have to ask, because we talked about this via email, that you received a text message from Umar,
oh, hold on, let me the mic.
and okay, take your time. That you received the text message, and Umar
He said, take your time, like she's under distress. What the hell's wrong with this nigga?
thought that he was sending the text message directly to your son, but
Yeah,
can you
that was
explain that?
scary.
Yeah, can you explain that? Well, I can pull it up too, but can you explain that to the listening audience?
Yeah, so I have three different phones. One phone I dedicated because when I went out to Philly, my phone number, my okay, so one of my phones is jailbroken,
Mm-hmm.
which somebody like me should never have a jailbroken phone, but I have one. It's an
Okay, well,
iPhone.
yeah, explain what that means.
So basically, it does more than a normal phone is supposed to be able to do, and that is to accommodate some of the work that I do on the side of working for my employer. So with that, when I was out of town, some way my phone stopped picking up the SIM card, and it was stuck in SOS mode. So I had to get a Philadelphia phone number.
Mm-hmm.
When I got the Philadelphia phone number, um, I just dedicated that phone to Philadelphia, like to him, because I couldn't really use it anywhere else. You know, I didn't want anybody to really have that phone number. And then I have two other phones. I have one that's for, you know, my job, and then I have another phone for something else. But yeah, he thought one of the phone numbers that I gave him when we were doing the event, he thought that was my son's number. And my son has a completely different number. So he texted that to my son. My son never reached out to him. He just brought him into the situation. Like he was looking for somebody to kind of allyship with, you know, which that was the wrong person. We are a very close knit family.
Mm.
And he sent the text to my phone, and I was like, wow, if my son would have gotten it, I wouldn't have liked him to get, you know, yanked into this. But my kids are barely on social media. Like they go on
Mm.
there. They're not like social media kids. None of us are really. But he sent the, and you can show it if you have it. I
Yeah, I'll
didn't
pull
send
it
it
up.
because I figured you just had it. But it's scary. Like, why would you say send that to a young man,
Yeah, let
especially
me.
where his mother's concerned?
Good evening, sir. How old is your son? Your son must be that old. But anyway, good evening, sir. Your mother attacked me on YouTube by going on my number one haters platform and discussing my mother's personal business, which Umar, I would have to say, this one's on you. You need to file charges. You really do. I've been saying this for the longest. I've been texting this to you for the longest. You need to start excuse me. You need to start filing charges. Start filing charges. And get a restraining order. Start filing charges and get a restraining order and say what this guy is actually doing. He is being a perv. He's being a violator. And he is private and he is violating y'all's family. He really is. I already talked to my cousin. I already talked to my cousin. My cousin's a lawyer. She's like, he has the right to file. You do have a right to file. EFI, do that shit.
Yeah, let me
Otherwise, he's just gonna keep doing it.
read. I'll read a little bit of it, and then let's get your response.
My mother is innocent, and your mother has no right to target my disabled mother by conspiring with my haters. I've never had anyone violate my mother in my life. I'm sorry, you're in the middle of this, sir. My family is very angry. This will be addressed one way or the other. Dude, this again, you got to do that. Bro, you have to do that shit. No one is going to do it for you. I don't even know why this is I don't even know why you text him too. But he's not a lawyer. Get your lawyers. File a report. File a restraining order. Get YouTube, get Google involved. Get all these things and get all these people involved. I would have done it. I would have straight done it in a heartbeat. No problem. But the more he does it, the more he does it, the more he gets away with it, the more it's gonna get worse. Because right now, this is one fake broad. To be perfectly honest with you, there would have been people in my family who would have been very angry as well, and nothing will go unchecked. Nothing will go unchecked because it's just my family. You will come after my family. You come after me. You come after my family. That's just how the things go. But you can't let these things linger on like this.
So this was sent at 11:22 p.m. and it says, "Good evening, sir. Your mother attacked me on YouTube by going on my number one haters platform and discussing my mother's personal business. My mother is innocent, and your mother had no right to target my disabled mother by conspiring with my haters." It's interesting that he says he's suggesting that you targeted his disabled mother. You were the one taking care of her, right?
Yeah, right. And this had nothing to do with his mother. His mother was, no one attacked.
Bro, you put all the information online, you dumb bitch. You put all of his personal business out there on the freaking street about his mom. I took care of it. So? Personally, you didn't have to. I would look at Umar with a side. I was like, what are you doing? I was like, get aid to help your mom out. But I don't control the bedroom. I don't care what happens in his personal. I don't care what happens in the bedroom. That's none of my concern. But he knows what he has to do. He knows. Dude, go get a restraining order. Umar, get a restraining order.
At all, quite the opposite. That she was one of her and the daughter were one of the underlying reasons that I wanted to say something about him. If you notice too, this number is not in this phone anymore. So it's like it took me a while for it to register because, like I told you before, he was sending people into my space, like his supporters. He would have them sending me threatening messages. And I had gotten rid of all of those, but I brought them back up because I forgot that deleted messages, it holds them. Yep. But so this, I had completely took him out of that phone. I used that phone for something else. So when I got this number, I was like, wait a minute, how did somebody from a 215, how did they get this number? Because it's, it's used for something else now. And then it was him. But yeah, he just, something's wrong with this dude.
Yeah, it also says, "I've never had anyone violate my mother in my life." It's not that you violated her, you were taking care of her.
Yeah, I didn't violate her, and he's just trying.
You didn't violate her. Let this piece of evidence come in court. Let this little piece of evidence come in court along with your bullshit and see if that's not violation. That's, and we're not even talking HIPAA, because you were allegedly helping her out, but putting her business out there on the street, that's a violation. And wrap up with all the rest of the junk that Lennon Honor has done. He can add those in the mix and be charged with those very same things. And if the father gets involved, oh boy. If the father gets involved, if the father is said enough is enough, you will be prosecuted. Now that doesn't mean you're going to go to jail, but you will be fined. You will be fined, and you will be. I will put a straining order on you if I was
to manipulate the situation, like the story, so that he can create a narrative.
Yeah.
Just like with putting out there my son, and I was trying to get in touch with his teacher so that I could get her just to send a voice clip or something, so that people wouldn't think that I skipped an IEP. He's trying to make out like I just shucked my son off.
Yeah, can you explain?
Like he's mental. And I'm just gonna let him stack up against him. Because one thing about it, when you have a good reputation, that is really hard to squash. Mm-hmm. I've never missed an IEP with my son. That's one thing. And then the other thing, is that the what had happened, my son had picked up a phone in the classroom. They have certain phones that are in classrooms and it goes straight to 911. So he was trying to call his brother to get picked up. There was nobody in the class. He walked up to the phone and he picked it up. And he's in a different type of, school setting. So they have those type of phones. Like he's in a smaller class size and everything. So he picked up the phone and it caused the paramedics, the fire, everybody came out. And he got in trouble for it. But he didn't know. But he got in trouble for it. They wanted me to come in. And this situation was not like the way he was trying to. He just needed to have somebody come in. They knew that I was out of town. That's why on the letter, it was caretaker. And went to the school, talked to them. They were like, he doesn't need to pick up that phone anymore. And they swore he knew about it. He said he didn't know about it. But yeah.
Silly you. I guess your son needs to do way better than he's been doing, I guess. But I'm not gonna argue on the son because it ain't got nothing to do with this. This is all on Lennon and his bullshit. But I'm not gonna harken too much on this because, like I said, this is a whole shit show. And they're trying to prove one thing versus another versus another versus another.
So he had one, if I'm not mistaken, and I think his room has one.
So he posted a picture, and it's a picture you're holding a letter, and then
that's my son holding a letter.
Okay, it's your son. Okay,
yeah, my oldest son. He's in his 20s.
Okay, oldest son. Okay, so this is what Umar said. He said this woman, and he docks your information. So trifling. I'm sorry, I'm getting feedback from you or some sound. I'm going to mute you just as I read this. It says this woman, and then gave your name. Is so trifling. She missed her son's IEP meeting to come to Philadelphia. She had the nerve to tell me that her other son, who is a young adult, was going to stand in for her at, I don't know what that means. It's an IEP meeting. Are you serious? Your son has, well, he's even telling the business. It's always in trouble. It's always in trouble. And you're willingly missed the meeting to chase Shango Stick in Philadelphia. If you live such and such and know such and such father, please have him call Dr. Umar. I will help the man get his son's IEP services in order for free. He needs to get custody of his son from this woman. Wow, this is very vindictive. You have a lawsuit against.
I didn't know Umar was for the brothers. And so I'm tripping because somebody said it's like, oh, now you for the brothers now. Been for the brothers, man. He's being balanced. That's all. But this, it's I don't know. I wouldn't. This is on him. But the main thing about it is get a restraining order on him and on this lady. Get a restraining order on him and his lady. Umar, I know you're listening to me. Get a restraining order. Do it today. Do it Monday. But please get a goddamn restraining order.
That school, however, and he gives your name, I forgot to redact that, is too thirsty chasing the P word to help her son. Can you break this down in terms of what
he is
he's
so
trying
misled. This is why you feed. I always feed hungry people bullshit. So first of all, we don't have a lawsuit with the school district. That's first. Second of all, there's not going to be any custody because me and my kid's father get along tremendously.
Not going there.
But we had some disagreements when I first met him.
Wait, that's a contradiction. That's a contradiction. They get along just fine. And how many times does the father go to the parent-teacher conference with you? All inquiring minds would like to know, since you have a great relationship and y'all ain't not even together, y'all ain't even married. Y'all are not married. That's a problem. Y'all are not married and you're a single mom?
About how to handle my son, which is part of co-parenting. He would know that if he did that. And the thing about it was I never missed an IEP meeting. That's why we were kind of trying to get the teacher involved. He knew about my son's situation, and he never once, and I sent you all of our texts, he never wanted to talk about it.
Yeah, you did.
Never wanted to talk about it. This is your expertise. That's why I brought up in the last one. If you're a mechanic and me and you are, laying together, it's only right. I'm gonna bring up the check engine light is on. But we used other sources because my son has seen, has already seen someone that's reputable. So I just stopped bringing him into the space anyway, and his methods were not effective from, I don't know why he's trying to put that out to like shame, but
too much, sis.
I think I was just, like if I played ministry, like if I'm listening to heavy metal and I played ministry, he wouldn't have cared. His needed attention, like his attention to something, then I'm just really just what you said. If there
blah 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 blah. It's just one message out one ear and out the other. It's just a whole bunch of word salad, just a whole bunch of this jabberish going on. Maybe you get it done there. Maybe you get it done there. Maybe you're the one that slept with him. Did you ever think about that? You didn't have to do it. You didn't have to take care of his mother. You didn't have to do all that extra stuff that he asked of you, but you did it. That's the point. You did it. And now that you did it, you feel some type of way. And this is the reason why there's only half of the story. And even in half of the story, it's all over the place. It's like, you working with the feds or something? I know Lennon's suspect, but is this broad working with the feds? She must be, is you the man? Is you one time? Because you clearly have a knack of looking around and reporting all these things that you see, and you're doing it for him. It's like, and then you had the nerve. Now, Lennon Honor and you say he has a problem with respecting women and he has respect of treating women like objects, but yet you're going to put another woman into the mix. Dumbass. You're going to put a whole nother woman that you trust. This is your word that you trust to his mother's residence, to Umar's mother's residence. Are you freaking flipping? What's wrong with you? Why would you send another female to what? Oh, I know why. To actually finally spy on him, and hopefully he'll make the wrong move. Now, I know half of this is on Ifa, but god damn, man. Trifling. Now we're gonna get into some other shit. This is the real reason why Lennon is off his rocker, and he doesn't know how to comprehend certain things, and he does not know how to take things in context. The second video, I finally found it, and I want to go into the reason why Umar got upset. I want to go into the real reason why he got upset.
What has always bothered me in my work, not an experiment. Your child is not a research monkey.
Now I'm playing this in full in this particular link alone. I want you to pay close attention. How somebody could be offended by interracial relationships. And whack 100. You didn't think I didn't hear what you was talking about, bro? We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Whack 100. We will definitely cross that bridge when we get there, bro. But let's get to the video.
Two more. Number one, if your child has an IEP, if they need a one-to-one aid in the classroom, all you have to do is call an IEP meeting and demand a one-to-one aid in the classroom.
Doesn't even address anything. Address what's being said. He doesn't even address anything. Lennon doesn't know how to address. He doesn't know how to. He doesn't know how to ad-lib some of these things. He doesn't even know how to comprehend. He doesn't even know how to ask questions. He doesn't even know how to challenge people. That's why he will lose in a debate. It's like if you have an issue, challenge. If he says something that is offensive, challenge him, debate him. He won't do it.
I'm trying to find out why we got black parents in Kansas City, Missouri, who are being called up to the school to sit with their little badass first and second grader all day long. Their boy got an IEP. That means that school gets extra money. Why are you sitting there all day when they should be using the extra money to pay for a one-to-one aid, and that should be added on the IEP as a related service? Why are you sitting with your child all day in school? Why are you sitting with your child all day in school? If you're going to let them get over on you, they're going to get over on you. Next rule. Mothers and fathers, I need y'all to go to these school meetings together. Black men, you got to back these sisters up at these meetings. Stop letting our mothers get ganged up on. Black mother, if you can't find the father, get your uncle, your brother, your cousin, one of the brothers from the community. Don't go to a school meeting by yourself. Black men, same thing applies to you. The quickest way for a black man to get a restraining order in the public school is to go into that classroom and get into an argument with that snow bunny. Before you leave the building, the police will be there to arrest you, escort you off the property. You're going to get a letter in the mail by the end of the month banning you from any further contact with that school. You cannot go to your son's graduation, football games, back to school night, because you didn't listen to Dr. Umar. Black men have no business in a room with white women by yourself. Well, if that's your opinion, so be it. You don't know what you're talking about. Sure, whatever.
That's in context what was going to, obviously the brother in the background, he must love him some white women, because what Umar is saying is what everybody else is thinking. Everybody else who is Pan-African, and even though there are those, even they are not Pan-African, they are thinking this way. Because only one person answered my question when it comes to these interracial relationships. What is so delicate about being with a white woman? What is so what does it make you sleep at night to be with a white woman? I just want to know. And somebody finally answered it, and he had all these blatant excuses. There's submissive, and they cook and they clean and they don't complain, and they open their mouths. They get stuffed with my little winky pinky winky. Like, you mean to tell me you couldn't find a black woman in Kansas? You couldn't find a black woman in California, wherever you're from? You mean to tell me you couldn't travel across distances across the United States of America to find the one that you want? I mean, there are dating apps, you know. That's just an excuse. So apparently he didn't like what Umar had to say, because not only was he preferring to education, he is preferring to, if we continue to dismount and just exclude being in a black family, in a black home, in a house full of black children, it's going to be a problem for us. We would, us fair-skinned people, we wouldn't exist anymore. You're going to have a whole bunch of light-skinned kids. They're African, but you're going to have a whole bunch of light-skinned kids. So that's what he was referring to. This is what he should have been putting in context. And of course, he's going to argue all day long. What does color have to do with it? Everything.
I don't even know who's running the mouth.
It don't matter.
I'm going to stay focused.
Yeah, it don't matter.
He's staying cool, calm, and collected to me. But Lennon's so freaking weird. It's all, look, he's stop me. He's gonna blow a gasket. Watch. You don't get get out of here, man. It's too early in the morning for this shit.
What has always bothered me in my work is when people don't care for Dr. Umar. Why do you bother to bring your ass out to my lecture if you got a problem with me? Take your dusty ass home, nigga.
Well, you should be saying that. I would have said the exact same shit. By the way, if you want to donate to Tanya, because again, Tanya just lost her stepmom. I think it was last week. You give a little a donation, a little appreciation. Nothing, I mean, whatever you can, please go ahead and donate to Mother Tanya. Tanya 939. Definitely donated. Just warm her up with kindness. You know what I'm saying? Now let's continue.
I wouldn't go nowhere to listen to somebody I don't like. It ain't my fault I'm the most requested black scholar in the world. It ain't my fault I look better than your ass. It ain't my fault I got more credentials than everybody you know.
Malcolm went through this too. And I'm not comparing him to Malcolm.
Ask the question, big dog. Elder, you got to roll out. I didn't even know that was an elder. That hurts in my heart. But we're not going to trick y'all because we have a lot of mental illness in our community. I don't know what's going on with my brother. It could be a psychotic issue. It could be a medical, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to trip. He was an elder. I thought he was a young boy.
Most people, their reaction is whenever you say something, it's always going to be some brother who disagrees with certain things that you say, certain things that you bring up, and 90% of the time it makes sense, and it takes that 10% to just say, love is love. It doesn't matter if you want to be with, if you're with a white woman or not. That's just bullshit. I don't have this stuff. It's just bullshit. If I fuck a white woman and she has my baby, that baby's gonna come out looking like me. Not necessarily. Even though he's a African American, he's half breed. Because you went half and half, dumbass. So it's like, again, you're disconnecting our heritage. You're disconnecting. Plus, being with a white woman, according to the biblical text, I had to find it and I had to put it in the chat. I believe it's a sin. I should look that up. Let me see if it's let me see. Is interracial marriage a sin? Is interracial marriage a sin? Interesting. We gotta look this up. In the Bible verses, interracial marriage. Let's read. Many people are deceived. Okay, many people are deceived. They say you can't have black and white marriages. They say interracial marriage is a sin. Oh, it's wrong. Scripture has nothing to say about interracial. Okay, all right. Just checking. Just checking. Let's check again. Just in case. Don't say anything about interracial marriage. What does the Bible say about interracial marriages? Just checking. Just want to check it. Interracial marriages. The New Testament or the Old Testament law commands the Israels not to engage in interracial marriages. In the Old Testament law, the Israelites, you don't get with the Israel. You're not an Israelite, and you don't get with the Romans or get with the Hittites or whoever. In Deuteronomy, in the Old Testament, the Old Testament law commanded the Israelites not to engage in interracial marriages. Deuteronomy chapter 7, verses 3 and 4. However, damn, it's the however part. However, the reason for this command was not skin color or ethnicity. Rather, it was religion. It's about race. It's about race and color. It wouldn't be about race and color if it wasn't. If it wasn't a religion, it wouldn't be about race and color. The reason God commanded against interracial marriages for the Jews was that foreign people were worshippers of false gods. The Israelites would be led astray if intermarried with ideology worshiper pagans and or heathens. This is especially what happens in Israel according to Malachi chapter 2 verse 11. So therefore it is wrong for you to be in an interracial marriage according to the Old Testament. But let me not harken back on that.
So, last thing. I forgot where I was. He only got 3 days. The students at that high school.
So basically, clearing that up, I don't know what the fuck this dude's problem is. Talking about Lennon. I don't know what his problem is, nor do I care. But I'm gonna continuously to be on your head. And oh, by the way, watch how you talk to Tiffany. You know what Tiffany I'm talking about. Nigga, you've been talking about Tiffany for far too motherfucking long, nigga. That's a problem. It's a problem, especially in my family. But with her, oh no, we're gonna have to have a discussion. You are going to leave Tiffany alone. You're going to leave Tiffany alone. She better not be mentioned in none of your shit, fam, or else I'm gonna roast your ass. I'm going to roast you so fucking bad. And you know what? On my good day, I might just, but then again, I didn't go pay you no visit because you're only 5 hours away from me. And I would just like to have a conversation. Not if it goes any other way, then hey, that's on you, bro. But you will leave Tiffany alone. You will leave Umar's mother alone. You will leave his father alone. Or else it's going to be consequences. There will be consequences. You got this. You don't know what type of shitstorm you started. No, he started with me because he said something. He put my address out there 10 years ago. Who cares now? He doesn't fuck with you. That's what people been Umar supporters rather. I hate saying the word fans. We've been trying to tell your stupid ass all along. They don't care about you. He does not care about you at all. at all. So whatever you put out there, he's going to counter, and that'll be that. But don't put his family out there in the mix. Don't put his family out there in the mix. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be the show. My birthday will be tomorrow. Will I be going live? Who knows? I'll let you know. But y'all have the rest of y'all evening. What is it? Evening? It's evening for some of y'all. It's still morning for me. Jeez. I gotta get some Z's. All right. I'll see you on the next video. Peace.